Problemang legal, karapatan sa batas. Dito na, sa Kakampi mo ang batas. Araw-araw, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon, oras at araw sa Pilipinas.
This portion is brought to you by Perfect Endings, Brewery of Perfect Strawberry Cake. Please call General Chody Viduya and Chef J. Viduya for orders and deliveries. 0917-875-5678. And for your perfect frozen foods, may available po siya. Tawagan po si Miss Angela Mauricio, 0917-550-5927 o di kaya sa pamamagitan ng kanyang Facebook account. At ganoon din po, wondering where to find fresh tuna sashimi? Mumzilla, please call Miss Monicia Franco, 0917-550-5929 or visit her Facebook wall for other products.
Katarungan para sa mga mahihirap, kaalaman para sa mga kabataan, kaunlaran ating pagtulungan, kasama mo ang batas, kababayan ko. Kakampi mo ang batas, Pilipinas ko. Nandito na ang batas. Kakampi mo ang batas. Nandito na ang batas. Huwag kang matatakot, kakampi mo ang batas. Layunin maglingkod lagi sa bayang Pilipinas. Katarungan para sa mga mahihirap, kaalaman para sa mga kabataan, kaunlaran ating pagtulungan, kasama mo ang batas, kababayan ko. Kakampi mo ang batas, Pilipinas ko. Nandito na ang batas, kababayan ko. Kakampi mo ang batas, Pilipinas ko. Nandito na ang batas, kababayan ko. Kakampi mo ang batas, Pilipinas ko. Nandito na ang batas.
Okay, alright. Salamat sa Diyos sa pangalan ng Jesus at narito na nga po ang batas. Kakampi mo ang batas. At kami po ang inyong mga tagapaglingkod ng batas. Ako po si Batas, Attorney Batas Mauricio, nag-aanyaya sa inyo hanggang mamaya alas 8 po ng gabi. Narito naman ng ating kasama, DJ Philip Mauricio, na ngayon naghahanda at nagdiriwang. DJ Philip.
Yes.
Yan.
Isang magandang gabi po sa mga kasama nga natin. Ulitin ko kay Miss Elvira Gan, kay Pastora Kay, at syempre po sa mga lahat po ng mga nakikinig at nanonood at sumusubaybay sa Bukidnon Radio Power FM, sa Radyo Dabang sa Carmen Cotabato, sa JFM sa Dangkagan Bukidnon, sa DXM JFM Sunrise News sa Sumilaw Bukidnon, sa YouTube at ganun din po sa Facebook Live. Biyernes na po, September 18. At syempre, bago tayo mag-umpisa, Attorney Batas,
Sige na. Sige
Miss
na.
Elvira at Pastora King, babati muna ako. Ha? Gusto ko lang pong batiin ang aking may bahay na si Virgie Bambico Mauricio ng
Wow.
isang maligayang kaarawan ngayon.
Ayun.
Tito,
Happy
tito.
birthday to you.
Salamat. Sige, mag-uumpisa na po tayo. Oras na para
Yes.
sa mga talakayan, pagliliwanag, pagbigay ng kalaman sa mga bagay na may kaugnayan sa ating mga batas. At atin ding tatalakayin ang mga kaganapan sa buong maghapon na magiging paksa ng mga usapan kinaumagahan. Kung kayo po ay may katanungan o nais liwanagin o kayo may problema legal, sumangguni po kayo sa programang Kakampi Mo ang Batas sa pamagitan ng pagtawag o di kayo pag-text sa mga numerong 0917-1135017 at 0933-814-8263. Ako po, si DJ Philip Mauricio. Samahan niyo po kami hanggang alas 8 mamaya. Attorney Batas.
Alright, DJ Philip, maraming salamat. At of course, ulitin ko din yung pagpapasalamat namin dito sa Teachers Village West sa ipinadala nyo, lalo na sa ipinadala ni Virgie para sa kanyang munting alaala sa kanyang kaarawan. Maligayang araw. Yan, maraming salamat, Aling Virgie. Ayan. Alam namin nanonood kayo sa Curve. Ano ba yung TV mo? Samsung Curve na napakalaki. Kaya napakalaki ng mga mukha namin dyan. Litratuhan ko minsan mailagay sa Facebook. Pabatiin natin ang ating mga kasama. Unahin natin siyempre ang sugod ng sugod. Gikan sa Sugod Southern Leyte. Mayong gabi, Miss Elvira.
Mayong gabi, Attorney Pastora Kay, DJ Philip, sa lahat ng mga nanonood at nakikinig sa atin ngayon, all our friends that are tuning in right now, here and abroad, good evening. And DJ Philip, happy birthday to your wife.
Maraming salamat po.
Virgie pong pangalan, Virgie. Si Aling Virgie. Si Virgie.
That I wasn't sure. Kaya hindi ko sinabi. Ma'am Virgie, happy birthday to you. And hope that nagdagan pa ng tatlong dekada yung edad.
Salamat po.
Salamat. All right, Pastora Case of ano to? Name po.
Naimbag na rabii. At magandang gabi po sa lahat. And of course, happy birthday sa ating pong sister Virgie. Sana po ay magkaroon pa kayo ng many more birthdays to come. And of course, maraming salamat din po sa Kakampi Mo ang Batas for this honor to be here once again. Amen.
Ayan. Maraming salamat po. Tuloy-tuloy na po tayo at pasensya na kayo. Makikiraan lang po ito. Unahin ko po yung pag-anyaya sa lahat ng mga tagapanood ng Kakampi Mo ang Batas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao at buong mundo. Bukas po, siguro mga alas 7, Pastora Kay, ha? Alas 7 na para nang sa ganun gising na lahat ng mga kadugot, mga kapatid. Yung pong episode 3, season 1 ng Good Morning Kadugo. Ayan, talaga naman. Marami po kaming mga inilalabas na segment dyan. Abangan po niyo, meron kaming dalawang bagong co-segment hosts. Yan, dyan po sa Good Morning Kadugo. They will make their debut appearance on international social media. Yan. As, of course, hosts. Baka po niya, Good Morning Kadugo, dito rin sa aking mga channels at sa aming website, www.andknk.ph, alas 7 ng umaga, oras sa Pilipinas. Tuloy na po tayo sa ating palatuntunan. At sabi nga niya, DJ Philip, 18 na September, taong 2020, umpisahan po natin sa ating events of the day. Ano ang mga pangyayari? Pastora Kay Sobel.
Amen. Once again, binabati po natin ang lahat ng mga kakampi ng magandang gabi. Para po sa ating events of the day, narito na po. Ngayon po ay September 18, 2020 at nagdiriwang po tayo we are actually commemorating our publication of the El Filibusterismo ng ating pambansang bayani, Dr. Jose Rizal. And This is actually the second novel. So it was published on September 18, 1891. And the name is El Filibusterismo or Reign of Greed. It's written in Spanish and a sequel to No Lime Tangere, which was published in Ghent, Belgium. Dr. Jose Rizal wrote El Filibusterismo in dedication to the three martyred priests, ang mga paring Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, expressing conviction that their treatment and deaths at the hands of the Spanish authorities were unjust. The two novels had plots that were poles apart. So dalawa po itong naisulat na mga nobela ng ating pambansang bayani. Siyempre, nauna ang No Lime Tangere, and in this novel, the people were encouraged to ask and aspire for change and liberation. But in El Filibusterismo, the society was urged to open its eyes to reality and rebel against the Spanish government for its oppression and abuse. In No Lime Tangere, there is aspiration, beauty, romance, and mercy, while in El Filibusterismo, readers will feel the bitterness, the hatred, and antipathy. The romance and aspirations are gone. Even the characters' personalities seem to have undergone radical changes. So, ang ating pong ikalawang event of the day ay ang pagdiriwang ng HIV or AIDS and Aging Awareness sa ating pong mundo. So, the National HIV or AIDS and Aging Awareness Day is observed each year on September 18. So, ito po ay taon-taon na ginaganap. And the AIDS Institute launched this day to bring awareness to the aging-related challenges of HIV prevention, testing, care, and treatment. The Let's Stop HIV Together campaign includes resources and partnerships aimed at stopping HIV stigma and promoting HIV testing, prevention, and treatment. This campaign is also part of the National Ending the HIV Epidemic initiative. Let's Stop HIV Together. This empowers communities, partners on the ground, and healthcare providers to reduce stigma amongst themselves, prevent HIV in the hardest hit populations, and help people with HIV stay healthy. At syempre, ang pinaka-exciting, we are actually celebrating the National Cheeseburger Day. And Sister Elvira, tama-tama, at birthday po ngayon ng ating Sister Virgin. Ito po pinagdiriwang natin, the National Cheeseburger Day. There are many theories actually to the beginning of the cheeseburger dating back to the 1920s. O di po ba? So lahat sa atin na mahilig sa cheeseburger. So one story suggests that Lionel Sternberger is reputed to have invented the cheeseburger in 1926. Ang tagal na po pala, no? While working at his father's Pasadena, California sandwich shop, or the Right Spot, yun po yung pangalan ng shop niya. And during an experiment, he accidentally dropped a slice of American cheese on a sizzling hamburger. Ganun daw po na-discover yung masarap pala itong cheeseburger na to. And a cheeseburger appeared on a 1928 menu at Odell's, a Los Angeles restaurant, which listed a cheeseburger smothered with chili for 25 cents. Ang mura lang pala dati ng cheeseburger. So in Kaylin's restaurant naman po in Louisville, Kentucky, says it invented the cheeseburger in 1934. So ang dami talaga nagkiklaim na sila ang naka-invento. And in Denver, Colorado, in 1935, a trademark for the same cheeseburger was awarded to Louis Balas of the Humpty Dumpty Drive-In. So, pina-trademark po nila ito. And according to its archives, Gus Belt, founder of Steak and Shake, applied for a trademark on the word cheeseburger in the 1930s. Whatever the true origin, wherever you are, and whatever the variant, there is very little that can beat a beef patty with melted cheese in satisfying a craving. So sa ating lahat po, Happy Cheeseburger Day!
Happy Cheeseburger Day!
Amen. And yan po ang ating events of the day. Ang inyong pong lingkod, Pastora Kay, para sa Kakampi Mo ang Batas.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, Pastora Kay.
Salamat sa Diyos.
Sa pangalan ng Jesus.
Amen.
Napakaganda ng events of the day. Alright. Okay. So maraming salamat po. At bagamat sasabihin ko sanang nagutom kami doon sa events of the day ninyo ngayong araw na to dahil National Cheeseburger Day, at least meron kaming pichi-pichi at saka merong Dolores Pansit Luglog. Nagutom ka ba? Pansit Luglog ba? Pansit Luglog. Tapos merong si Charong Bulaklak, Miss LV. Wow!
Ikaw lang meron.
Tama yan na red wine.
Kailangan mo ng red wine dito.
Hindi, wala.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung pa isa. Before we go to the news, I am excited by this, what do you call this, National Cheeseburger Day. Kasi right now, marami ng mga cheeseburger. And I remember in one, what is that, already an Avengers movie or Iron Man movie? Mr. Tony Stark Jr. After he was, he returned from a kidnap, from after he was kidnapped, then he held a press conference. He sat down in front of the podium and then brought out a cheeseburger. Wow! Doon sa loob ng city mismo, marami naglabasan para bumili ng cheeseburger. Can you imagine that? And then one favorite, one cheeseburger that has become favorite is the In-N-Out cheeseburger. If you know what is that, then it's all right. But if you don't, merong nawawala sa inyo.
But we don't have it here.
Yeah, we don't have it here. I think what we have here is Jollibee.
Yes.
Di ba?
McDonald's. Pangkat mo na yung McDonald's.
Well, McDonald's. Well, McDonald's din. Pero, basta masarap ang pagkakaayos niyan. Ang pagkakagawa, then really, one good cheeseburger deserves another. All right, okay, sige. So, bago tayo magutom, we now go into our tomorrow's news tonight. Okay, Miss LV,
Yes.
Let me see. I will just share a screen so that we can all see this. And, ba't hindi ko nakikita to? Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. And let's share the screen. Katulad ng ginawa ni Pastora Kay. And, of course, we'll never forget this, even if it's a Friday, September 18, 2020. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, honoring God with our thoughts, words, and actions. This is your host. These are your hosts, DJ Philip, Miss Elvira Gan, and Attorney Batas Mauricio. And here's your tomorrow's news tonight. Let's go, go, go. Miss LV.
Here are the headlines in our tomorrow's news tonight, September 18, 2020.
Palas. All PH cemeteries, memorial parks, and columbariums closed from October 29 to November 4.
Okay. Teenagers, take note of this, huh? Pregnancy among girls below 15, rising. That's according to Popcom.
Popcom, not popcorn, Popcom.
Popcom.
Yes,
The third headline for tonight is Duterte urged to operate the Bataan nuclear power plant real fast.
Mm-hmm. Right, those are the headlines. Now, the news in detail. Let's just go back once more. From reporter Argil Cyrus Geducos of nb.com.ph. This is where Mon Samson works as a photographer, a prized photographer. Mon Samson, good evening. Malacanang today, Thursday, announced that all public and private cemeteries, memorial parks, and columbariums in the entire country, entire country, will be closed from October 29 to November 4.
Well, presidential spokesman Harry Roque made the announcement after Metro Manila mayors agreed to close all cemeteries during All Souls and All Saints holidays to prevent the spread of coronavirus or the COVID-19.
In his press briefing, Roque urged the public to visit their departed loved ones before or after the week-long closure of cemeteries. This is to avoid huge crowds of people during Undas or All Saints Day and All Souls Day, he said.
Wow. Ms. LV, DJ Philip, this is a tradition that has taken root in our country, if I may say so. And the primary objective, of course, is to honor the memory of dead kin, dead relatives, and even the memory of friends who gave us a meaningful life while they were here on earth. And it is just sad that in many places, I think from Paris in the north to Holo Sulu in the south, even this particular remembrance of the dead has become commercialized. Commercialized. Have you ever experienced that?
What do you mean?
Miss Elvie? Yeah, did you, Philip?
What do you mean?
Commercialized.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is this. First, it has become so packaged. It has been packaged in such a way that people from the city would really make an effort to travel back. DJ Philip, Miss Elvie, mga kababayan, to where they were born probably, or where they grew up together with their loved ones who have now departed. And what do they do after they arrive there? They will just pay a short visit and then look for friends or look for relatives and splurge on a drinking spree, splurge as if it were a party with the Philippines, LB. That's what I meant by commercialization.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I got you. But
Yeah.
you know, Attorney Batas, it's that time of the year that it's that time of the year talaga na people try to catch up with the relatives. Eh. Well, this is one, and of course, is, the Christmas season. Huh? Kumbaga, no, talagang everybody, in fact, kami din, we really make it a point to go home to the province and spend All Souls and All Saints Day in the province. Attorney Batas, Miss Elvie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, how about you, Ms. LV? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because for me, mainly because we look forward to this. This is one of the holidays in this country that are, anticipated by the people, because it's not just a one-day holiday. Normally, this is a long weekend, like
Uh-huh.
3, 4 days. So it's time for us to visit not only the dear departed, but also our
Uh-huh.
relatives, especially if you're from the city. And if you're staying in the city and you're from the province, that's your chance to
Mhm.
go home and, be with your relatives, be with your siblings and all.
Yeah, DJ Philip, I tried to catch you there. And so I asked you, the dead relatives, to be with, catch up with the dead relatives or the living relatives? What did you mean by
The
that?
living, the
Attorney
living, because
Batas,
normally,
ano ka ba naman? Of course, you have to catch up
Bakit?
with your relative, living relatives, Attorney Batas.
Yes, all right. So, if that
living.
was your point, ang punto ko rito, that's precisely what I was trying to say. People are flocking back to the provinces on an occasion where the objective should be to honor the memory, and second, to pray for and spend that day remembering the dead and lifting them up to God so that their sins could be forgiven, and assure that they would have a place in heaven, in paradise, at the appointed time. That's exactly my point. But many people now go there not really to do these things, but as you said, join relatives, join friends in drinking sprees, partying, as if the objective is not really to pray for the dead. That is my concern. And that is what is
Actually,
happening now.
Attorney
Yes,
Batas.
Because
yes. DJ Philip.
Okay, Attorney Batas, it's like this. Of course, you have all the time to pray for your dead
yes,
loved ones, ano? Kasi hindi naman, not the whole day that you're going to pray for them. Just say a little prayer, and then after that, syempre, the reason why you went home to the province was because, of course, you want to meet, or you want to have that, kumbaga, no, parang get together, nung mga kapamilya mo, kapatid mo, kapuso mo, ganun lang naman yan eh.
Adobo mo, ha?
Mga kadugo mo, sige.
yes, because
Ganun po.
Yes, Miss Elvie.
yeah. Because for me personally, if you're just going to pray for the dear departed, no, you can do it here. You don't have to go to the province. You can go to a church, offer some prayers.
Right?
You see?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think of the All Souls Day as just for the dead. It's also for the living.
I think that's the bigger part of the reason for people flocking back to the provinces or to whoever, wherever they were born or wherever their dead have been buried or interred or whatever. It's no longer really to pray for them. And, you know, since you mentioned praying for the dead, you can do it here, as you said, Miss Elvie.
Yes.
People have to learn whether their prayers, even their prayers, are still being heard by the dead. You have to ask that question. Nadidinig pa ba ng mga patay ang aking mga panalangin para sa kanila? Nadidinig pa ba ng mga patay ang aking pagpapatungkol sa kanila ng mga salita? Kasi marami sa atin nagsasabi, kinakausap natin yung mga namatay na. Gabayan mo kami, ginagabayan mo kami. I think Filipino people must have to start relearning this aspect of their lives because they will be shocked. They will be shocked if they start reading the Bible. They will be shocked by what they're going to learn. I'm not going to tell you about it now, pero ang sasabihin ko lang, people will be shocked that the reason why people go back to the cemeteries actually does not serve the interest of the dead in reality because the Bible does not allow that to happen. But let's not discuss that at the moment. Ang tatanungin na lamang natin sa ating mga kababayan, is it right for you to be going back, scrambling back towards home, even at this time in pandemic? Makatwiran ba na kayo ibabalik pa? Ha? Magbalikan sa mga probinsya para sa Todos Los Santos, doon sa mga panahong, lalo sa panahong hindi sarado ang sementeryo. Sarado po October 29 to November 4. So either before or after. Makatwiran ba? Gayong alam ninyo na hanggang sa kasalukuyan, delikado pa rin ang sitwasyon. That is going to be the question that we are going to raise at sasagutin ng ating mga kababayan. Makatwiran ba, mga minamahal naming mga taga-subaybay, na mag-uwian ng mga Pilipino sa mga lalawigan, mga bayan, para dumalaw sa kanilang mga patay sa mga sementeryo sa harap ng COVID-19? I think that's one question that we should raise. Okay. DJ Philip, yeah, go ahead.
The reason why they're saying that all cemeteries will be closed ng All Souls Day and All Saints Day. All Saints Day and All Souls Day is precisely because of the reason that they don't want to be people going there all at the same time.
Okay.
So, ang kailangan mo lang gawin yan, siguro, pumunta ka ng 29, pumunta ka ng 30 or 31 so that walang ganong maraming tao. I think that is what is being encouraged here. Na, don't go there on November 1. Don't go there on November 2, but go there maybe November 3 or October 29, 30, 31, something like that.
DJ Philip, the prohibition is between October 29 and November 4.
Okay, sige. But what I'm saying here, Attorney Batas, is that you have to go there during the time na walang masyadong maraming tao. So, kung hindi po pwede ng October 29 to November 4, then you have to go there ng October 27, 28, something like that. Or now after November 4.
Now that you announce it, people will be going there October 26 and November 5.
Alam mo talagang ganun ha? Ganun yung mga tao.
Alam mo naman ng Pilipino So,
I don't know, Attorney Batas.
Prohibition.
Specifically sa probinsya, Attorney Batas, I'm not sure whether you can prevent people from going to the cemeteries ng November 1, November 2, November 3, and November 4.
That's a good point.
Hindi ko lang alam kung mapipigilan nila yan. Siguro dito sa Manila, pwede. Kasi like for North Cemetery, isa gate yan So, isarado mo lang yung gate, wala nang makakapasok.
Maganda yung punto mo ngayon, Pero sa totoo lang, with 89 barangay captains being suspended for violation of COVID-19 rules, patinin mo, meron pang mayor, meron pang police, o meron barangay captain na magpapaangkaang dyan. I don't think so.
COVID-19 ba yun, Attorney Batas?
Ha?
COVID-19 ba yun? That's the reason why they were suspended?
Yes, for anomaly in the distribution of special allocation.
Ayun, yung SAP, akala ko naman ito.
That's COVID-19 pa rin.
Sige.
Alright, okay.
But I think naman ngayon, sa pandemic ngayon, people wouldn't dare go to the cemeteries ngayon knowing na madaming tao talaga.
Yes. Yes.
Sige, let's find out from our people. Pupunta pa rin ba kayo? Yan. Di ba? Pupunta pa rin po ba kayo? Ano ba ito? Ilalagay nyo ba sa, sabihin natin, balag ng alanganin ang inyong kalusugan at ang kalusugan ng inyong mga pamilya sa pamamagitan ng pagtungo doon? O mananalangin na lang kahit magbubukas ng Biblia sa mga araw na yan? O di ba? At sa mga araw sa kasalukuyan. Basahin po niyo yung Biblia, masashock po kayo kung ano sinasabi tungkol sa undas, tungkol sa All Saints Day, tungkol sa mga patay. Let's get on with the news. DJ Philip.
Okay. In other news, from reporter Laila B. Salaveria of Inquirer.net, the number of children below 15 years old who had gotten pregnant has doubled in 10 years, according to the Commission on Population Development, or PAPCOM.
PAPCOM Executive Director Juan Antonio Perez III said pregnancies among children aged 10 to 14 years old went up to 2,200 in 2018, more than double the 1,000 in 2007. PAPCOM is backing a proposed law to raise the age for statutory rape and improvements in sexuality education to curb teenage pregnancies.
It's the one figure that has been increasing, Perez said in a Senate budget hearing on Thursday, referring to the age group. We have roughly 40 to 50 10-year-old children giving birth every year. He added, we have some photos
Data?
about this here, and we have screenshots. I got one, and medyo matindi ng konti ito ha. This one. Let's look at this while we are screen sharing para lang makita ng ating mga kababayan yung katotohanan na medyo may problema pala. All right, this one. We saw this kanina, di ba? The woman on the right with that placard, "No more children having children," actually is a staff, I understand, of PAPCOM. The building on the left is owned by PAPCOM or Population Commission. Yan. Okay, now, let's see. This one. Mga bansa sa ASEAN na may mataas na bilang ng teenage pregnancy. And this was taken off I think a year ago. Sino number one? Pilipinas. Never mind all the other. Pilipinas. Never mind all the other countries, but yung Pilipinas, pinakamataas daw ang bilang po natin sa mga teenage pregnancy. And kung titignan ninyo yan, pag inalis nyo yung kulay pula sa mata noong ina na yan, bata pa po siya. Pero tignan naman ninyo ang itsura. Dalawa na ang anak. Yan ang medyo napakatindi dyan, DJ Philip, mga kababayan. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Really, there is a big problem here. Why? There's a big problem. Kasi kung ang bata magkakaanak na, ano mangyayari sa kalusugan niya? What will happen even to the health and well-being of her own children? Yung nakita natin yun, ayon doon. Yeah, DJ Philip.
Was it stated in the report kung anong saang bracket itong mga ito?
Let's
Do
see.
they fall under kumbaga yung mga affluent or yung nasa kumbaga tawag nga ni Madam Lenny nasa laylayan ba ng lipunan yung mga pregnancies na yan?
Oh, that's a good
Kung
question.
sasabihin mo nasa laylayan, maintindihan ko yan. Because, the reason for that is because alam mo yung mga batang ganyan na hirap sa buhay, akala nila they can escape it by going with their boyfriend or something like that. Huh?
Listen to this, DJ Philip. At the end of the story, sabi niya, we have roughly 40 to 50 10-year-old children giving birth every year. Kung titignan mo yung senior nating screen kanina, yung batang yon, certainly this is not an upper class 10-year-old. This is a laylayan child, meaning she belongs to the lower or maybe even lowest strata of society, tira mo naman, nakaupo doon lang sa banig.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Oo.
Yes.
Kasi you cannot see, or have you heard someone 10 to 15 years old na anak ng isang mayaman? Anak ng isang may kaya sa buhay? I think no. Diba? Mga ano ito, mga tinatawag nating nasa laylayan because of, mga factors na yan due to poverty, due to lack of education. Ay mga ganyan they're not kumbaga they were not educated in so far as yung katulad nga nung sexual education na tinatawag natin,
And maybe, DJ Philip, and maybe because of environmental social factors, meaning that they may have been victimized even by their own kin, by their own relations. And,
Tama yan, Attorney Batas, yes.
that is a very, very real situation in this country. DJ Philip is LV. So, ang tanong natin dito, how can you prevent teen or even 10-year-old children from getting pregnant? What is the remedy? Let's see, Miss Elvie. What do you see? Paano pipigilan ng mga bata pa na mabuntis?
Actually, I was surprised with this news nga that it is being stated here that a 10-year-old, 50, average of 40 to 50 year, sobrang so sad na ganong edad pa lang because I didn't know, I didn't imagine na sa ganong edad pa lang meron na tayo dito. Kasi I was thinking na nasa mga 15 up tayo dito. With that, if we're asking for kung anong gagawin, personally, I really do not know kung anong gagawin because like what you've discussed, you were citing mga factors kung bakit yung mga bata ito nagiging ganito. Ando doon yung nasa, anong tawag doon, nasa laylayan or something?
Laylayan. It's really lower strata of society.
Yes.
Lower strata of society.
Yes. Ang masasabi ko lang kasi hindi natin masabi yung sitwasyon nila and hindi natin din mapulis yung mga ganong klaseng tao. I mean, you cannot impose upon these people na do this and do that because that would really depend on the situation and the kind of life they have. So, I really do not know. Wala akong masabi kung anong gawin because normally ang unang magsi-safeguard sa mga bata kasi isa yung mga parents, yung mga nasa bahay. So bago ang ibang tao, tayo muna. So kung hindi nagawa at merong mga ganitong cases nga as we've read in the news, kakaawa naman. So I could just imagine ano kayang situation meron itong mga to sa bahay. Just like what DJ Philip mentioned na parang mga batang to thinking na it's an escape, going with their boyfriends or kung sino man. Hindi ko kasi masabi kung ganun lang talaga. Yes, of course, totoo yan. May mga ganun because napaka-miserable ng kondisyon ng mga pamamahay. The fact na nakita natin sa picture na nakaupo lang sa sidewalk yata yon and mukhang okay naman sa kanya. So what more kaya meron ang pamamahay? Mahirap, attorney. For me, as a mother, as a parent, hindi ko alam kung anong gawin nila. Mahirap i-impose kung ano yung dapat para sa akin. I really don't know.
All right. That's quite a candid answer. But you see, I think that we have to shake the government up in relation to problems like this, more particularly the Department of Social Welfare and Development. The DSWD is given the mandate to provide assistance to precise situations such as this. But, we don't hear, we don't see the DSWD pursuing efforts to be able to address these kinds of problems. In fact, the DSWD is inutil insofar as attending to the needs of people like this teen or even younger children getting pregnant. Walang pakialam. When in fact, it is mandated under the Philippine Constitution in the social justice provisions that the welfare of the family is a prime obligation of the state. It is a prime obligation of the state. At yet walang ginagawa. So what am I saying? First, I think it is now high time for our legislators, lawmakers, to look at more stringent requirements before one marriage. Second, before anyone, man or woman, boy or girl, enters into some kind of an amorous relationship. That is the only way we can prevent this. Of course, medyo mahirap pa rin. Kaya lang, something has to be done. Because otherwise, we're endangering the social fabric of this country. What do I mean by that? Pag dumami ng dumami ang ganitong mga kabataan, what do you think will these children be when they grow up? And they are growing up at a very fast rate, Miss LV, DJ Philip, ladies and gentlemen. Something has to be done. Now, government cannot do it alone. How about the social civic organizations? Rotary. Paano ba yan? Ano ba ang gagawin ng Rotarians dito sa ganitong issue? Ang hilig natin, magbigay ng libreng tsinelas, pero yung hindi natin inaalam ang kalagayan ng batang bibigyan natin ng tsinelas. Something like that. And really, Rotary can do a lot of things about this kind of a situation if only Rotary will put its mind and its heart into it. Yun ang katotohanan dyan. And then, Kiwanis, what else? Lions Club, what else? Eagles, Maaga, whatever, mga ganon. Marami pang ibang organisasyon, but nakakatakot. Walang gustong kumilos, walang gustong gumalaw, dahil walang gustong makialam sa karapatan o kapakanan ng ibang mamamayan. Yun yung nakakatakot. Alright, DJ Philip, what's the next news?
Ito. From the Board of Editors, Kakampi mo ang Batas, the government has to allow the immediate operation of the Bataan nuclear power plant or find other sources of power and electricity if it wants the Philippines to leak its problems about power outages or brownouts and paying hefty amounts for gas or other petroleum products.
The panelists of the daily online show, 21 Minutos, which airs at 7 a.m. Philippine time, Mondays to Fridays, on Facebook and YouTube, made the appeal today, September 18, 2020, after a presentation made by lawyer Noy Makatangay of the Buklod Pamilya Incorporated. Yes, Ms. Elvi?
Yes, Davao Methodist Bishop Rudy Juan, Pastor Jojo Gonzalez, and Attorney Faith Pakis of the Capital Christian Leadership, businessman Rod Cornejo, and Attorney Batas Mauricio of Kakampi mo ang Batas program lamented the mothballing of the Bataan nuclear power plant for political considerations during the Cory Aquino regime.
That political decision against the power plant is causing all the electric and power woes of Filipinos, the panelists said. They urged that the power plant be commissioned now as there is no reason for its continued unused.
Yes. Ito yung masakit dyan. Because the Bataan nuclear power plant could have been, conceitedly and admittedly, there's no one denying it, could have been a very good source of electricity and of power to power other requirements of this country for industrialization, production, and many other business purposes. But problema niyan, proyekto ni Marcos. This was a project of the late President Ferdinand Marcos, which got mothballed after the Cory Aquino regime took over Malacanang with the aid of Americans and Filipinos who collaborated with Americans in 1986. Kaya hanggang ngayon, nagkakaroon tayo ng problema dito. And right now, I don't see, and we don't see, any expedient reason, any good reason why the nuclear power plant in Bataan should not be commissioned and put to use. Alam mo bang nagbabayad tayo ng interest yan araw-araw, DJ Philip, Miss LV, mga kababayan? And it's in the millions of dollars every day.
And I think the reason there before Attorney Batas, Miss LV, was that nuclear electricity
Yes.
is not safe. That's what they were saying before.
Is that what?
It's not.
Not safe.
Okay.
Not safe. Kasi nga
Okay.
daw,
That's
pag
safe.
nagkaroon ng konting leak, magkakaproblema ka. And I'm not really sure kasi hindi naman yan natuloy. It did not operate. So, we couldn't say otherwise. But, kasi katulad nung Chernobyl, Attorney Batas,
Yes. Yes.
sa Russia, and I think in Japan, nagkaroon ng napakalaking lindol dyan, napakalakas na lindol. And ano ba yung nuclear
Meltdown.
power plant?
Fukushima.
Yes, that's right.
Fukushima
So,
meltdown.
pag sa atin nangyari yon, ewan ko. At
No,
least Japan
Yes, that's
and
one
Russia.
argument. That's one argument. Attorney Noy Makatangay, who made this presentation this morning at 21 Minutos, which is also available here at this Facebook page, Melanio Lasso Mauricio Jr., and at our YouTube channel, Melanio Lasso Mauricio Jr., he said that those incidents in Chernobyl, Russia, and in Fukushima, Japan, were the exceptions. As of now, DJ Philip, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Elvira, napakaraming mga power plants in existence and in operation today, even among the Ring of Fire countries. Ibig sabihin yung mga bansa na madalas ang earthquake, nasa earthquake faults and earthquake zones. Pero wala namang nangyayari, DJ Philip. Aksidente lang talaga. Yung Chernobyl was caused by a miscalculation on the part of the engineer. Samantalang yung Fukushima was caused by an act of nature. Anong act of nature? Well, nagkalindol eh. Ang napakalakas na lindol. This was in March 2011, if I recall right. You know, Miss LB, DJ Philip, I recall that particular incident. You know why? Because I was then hosting a district conference. And I had to stop in the middle of my hosting job and ask everyone in the hall. I think it was in the Philippine Plaza, or what do you call that now? Philippine Plaza Sofitel Hotel now. And I asked everyone to rise and offer a prayer because precisely there was a very big earthquake that hit Fukushima, Japan. And that was an earthquake. And then the statistics will show that these fears are based only on the exemptions rather than the general rule that nuclear power plants are safe, DJ Philip. And I think it's time that we give this a try kasi kawawa naman tayo. Brown out dito, brown out doon. And then ang tataas ng bayad natin ng kuryente, ang tataas ng bayad natin sa mga bilihin because of lack of steady source of power and electricity. I think it's about time, and we are asking the President Duterte, to do something about this. Issue an executive order, po pwede yun. Operation kasi yun under the executive department, under the office of the President, the Department of Energy. So, po pwede na dapat gawin yan. Okay? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, maraming salamat. And not unless you have other comments, let's go to doon sa ating mga tanong. Is there anyone? Wow, I think we're having some a volley of reactions here. Ang daming unahin na muna natin to, DJ Philip, before we go to Miss LV, before we go to Problemang Legal. Okay, with your permission, let's go to Tinig ng Taong Bayan because I see 51 messages here dito sa aking harap, and medyo kailangan na nating bigyan ng pansin to. Nasaan ka na? Tinig ng Taong Bayan. Alright, let's vote in. Umpisa natin sa baba because ito yata yung may mga reactions eh. Yan. O yan, si Pastor Arsenia Manzano Laganas. She's there in Olongapo City right now. Ano sabi niya? Sa isang banda, maganda po kung bubuksan yan dahil magmumura ang kuryente. Siguro naman po, may mga safety measures. Meron naman po. Meron talaga. Meron naman po silang safety measures gagawin at pag-aaralan nilang mabutihan. Opo, wala naman po problema dyan. Opo, wala pong problema dyan. Mahal na Pastora. Alright. O yan yung binabanggit niya kanina tungkol sa mga patay. Alright. Ito pa isa. Tignan natin. Sabi nga po sa mga ngal siyam lima, alam ng buhay na siya'y mamamatay, ngunit ang patay ay walang anumang nalalaman. Wala na silang pag-asa at nakakalimutan ng luhusan. Nawawala pati ang kanilang pag-ibig, pagkabuot at pagkainggit. Ano ba't wala silang namamalayan sa anumang nangyayari sa mundo. Si Haring Solomon po ang sumulat niyan. Ha? Alright? Okay, so sino naman to? Uy, Ading. Sino tong Ading na to? DJ Philip, kilala mo to?
Vanji Junela. Junela is familiar to me. Tiga Ramos yan.
O yata yung mga Taduan Junela, di ba? Parang gano'n.
Yeah, yung Junela.
Alright.
Yes.
Oo, maraming salamat, Vanji. Ha? O, taga Ramos ako. Sinagot kagad niya tayo. O. Sige, maraming salamat. Where are the other reactions? Puro ano to? Puro... Let's see. Sige. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang... Ayan, yan. Let's get back to it. Luis, mara-mara araw ko. As always, your opinions always bother a lot of people. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Paano kung yung magulang wala ring patnubay at gabay, Miss Maris? Mara-mara araw ko. Paano nga kung yung magulang 10 taong gulang na batang babae? Ayan. Yan, di ba?
No, I think, Attorney Batas.
Yeah, DJ Philip.
She's referring to doon sa magulang nung 10 years old na nabuntes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. My question is, okay, so paano naman yung nabuntis na bata na naging magulang na rin? Paano naman yon? And you know, ang hirap nito. Anong klaseng patnubay at gabay ng magulang ba ang kailangan?
Kaya nga, attorney, yung problemang yan nga emanates from the household talaga. Kaya hindi mo masabing basta na lang napulot sa labas yung problema na yan. Nanggagaling yan sa pamamahay. So kung ano yung meron doon, yun ang problema. So I don't know kung pwera na lang kung ano, lahat ali mo.
Let me ask you, what kind of a situation inside the family would bring about this kind of laxity or lack of parental discipline over their children?
Attorney Batas.
Yes, DJ Philip.
Alam mo, pagka ang isang anak ay nakikita parating nag-aaway ang mga magulang, hindi magkasundo, parang aso't pusa, yung pag-iisip ng bata naguguluhan. Kailangan niyang takasan yung ganong klase ng sitwasyon na sa kanilang bahay. And ano ba ang magandang, ano ba ang gusto niyang gawin? Well, meron siyang nakilala dyan at kumbaga nagbigay ng comforting words. Yun na yun. Sumama siya. O di nagkaroon nga ng problema.
Ayun, yun yung problema natin dyan. Yun ang katotohanan dyan. So, Miss Maris, mara-mara araw applicable siguro ito kung yung magulang marunong magbigay ng patnubay at marunong magbigay ng gabay. Ang problema natin kung yung magulang mismo walang patnubay at walang gabay. Alam mo, napakasimple lang Ano ba dapat itinuturo? Sabi po ng isang wise man, train the child in the way that he should go while he is young, and he will never depart from it if he grows old. And that's true. Turuan mo ang bata sa landas na dapat niyang tahakin habang siya'y bata pa. At kahit na siya'y tumanda na rin, hindi niya ito lilimutin. That's one. Pero ano ba yung dapat ituro? Ang sabi, meron pang isang matanda, nagsulat din. Ang sabi niya, yung isa kasi ang nagsulat, isang matanda ang pangalan ay David. Ito namang isang matanda ang nagsulat ang pangalan Pablo. Ano sabi ng matanda na Pablo sa kanyang isinulat? Sabi niya, mga magulang, turuan niyo ang inyong mga anak sa landas at aral ng Panginoon. Teka muna, ano ba landas at aral ng Panginoon upang magabayan ng mga bata? Yung isang matanda pa rin na nagsulat din, ang pangalan niya Moises, ang sabi niya, turuan niyo ang inyong mga anak na may Diyos at ang Diyos na ito makapangyarihan at dapat katakutan at mahalin. Yan ang sinasabi. Teach your child about this God and about His love. You tie it in their fingers, sabi niya. You tie it in their foreheads. You write it in the door jambs and in the window sills. And you discuss this with them when you are sleeping. Take note, when you're sleeping. And when you get up and travel down the road. Yun ang sinasabi. No, but meron pa bang mga magulang na ganon? Miss LV, DJ Philip?
Yun yung tanong. Meron pa ba?
Meron.
Ha?
Meron.
Meron sige.
Ayun, nasa ibaba nyo. Ayan, nasa ibaba nyo. Nasa ibaba nyo.
Ganun ba? Well, congratulations, Lolo Philip. All right, okay. Ito pa, meron pa kayong reaction, ha? Ito yung tungkol sa mga
kita mo.
bahay.
Sabi niya, pray for them na lang po sa bahay and read the Bible. Yan po importante.
Yan.
Kita mo?
Ito yung mga magbabalikan, DJ Philip, sabi ni Maris. Yung mga magbabalikan sa sementeryo, panalangin mo lang sa basahan mo ng Biblia. Yan ang sinasabi niya. Hindi sa akin nanggaling yan, ha? Yan, sige. Ito naman si Pastor Arsenia. Ano sabi niya? Practically speaking, hindi na po kailangan magbalikan. Sa bahay na lang po magdasal at magdaos ng sama-sama. O party pa rin itong iniisip ni Pastora.
Ganun pa rin po, Pastora. Kasi, ito naman kasi gusto mong bumalik doon sa pinanggalingan mo. Ha? Kasi wala nang gaganda, hindi Batas, Miss LV, doon sa, uuwi ka doon sa iyong bayang sinilangan. Ha?
Ayun.
That would connect DJ Philip dito sa comment ni Mark. Na kultura na po kasi ng mga Pinoy to get together, which is true.
Yes. I agree with you, Mark. Tama ka.
Yeah, okay. So kultura kung kultura, but alam mo, problema natin. Hindi ito nakakabuti. Sige, okay. Wala na po tayo.
Okay, sige. Alas 7:42 na. Meron pa ba tayo?
Sandali lang. At batiin mo to. Batiin mo to. DJ Philip, ikaw na bumati dyan.
Sabi niya, sabi ng Bukidnon Radio Power FM, magandang gabi, Attorney Batas, DJ Philip at Miss LV. Live na ta sa Power Bukidnon Radio Don Carlos. Mayong gabi. Tama ba?
Mayong gabi. Ito pa. Sino daw si Bukidnon Radio Power FM? Bisayahin mo nga, Miss Elvira.
Wala naman siyang sinabi. Ray Cabaraba ni Attorney Batas, DJ Philip, and Miss LV. Hindi ko naman naintindihan yung Ray Cabaraba. Ano yun?
Yun yung pangalan ng may-ari.
Yung may-ari ng radyo.
Batiin mo sa Bisaya. Sige nga.
Wala man sinabi. Anong i-interpret ko?
No. Batiin mo naman siya. You greet him in your language. Pareho kayong Bisaya.
Hello, Mr. Ray Cabaraban. Maayong gabi diha kaninyo og sa atong mga naminaw diha sa radyo. Maayong gabi og unsa may inyong ikasulti sa atong mga gipang discuss karon dire. Tama ba ang giingon ni attorney nga dili i-appeal ang mga buhi?
Okay yan.
I-appeal ang mga buhi. Also,
Ito nagpapakita ng stateside talaga. One final point para makabalik tayo sa problema legal. Shake Shack Burger po. Talaga. Talaga naman Shake Shack. Saan ba natin natikman na Shake Shack? Hindi na bali. Baka sabihin ni Nap Imperial.
Sa Pilipinas sabi nga ni Pastora Kay.
Oo nga, pero hindi ko dito sa Pilipinas.
Shake Shack na yan, Pastora Kay.
Ganun. Alright, okay. Dumako na po tayo din sa ating mga problemang legal at ihabol natin habang marami pa tayong oras. And by the way, next week, starting Monday, God willing, eksakto, en punto. Walang kinikilingan, walang sinasabaybayan. Ay, mali. Alas 6 na po kami. God willing. With apologies, of course, to my boss dati. Yan. All right, DJ Philip, Miss LV, tayo. Problemang legal. Okay.
Ano ba das? Ano? Tuloy-tuloy na tayo. Ha?
Tuloy.
Teka muna, bibigyan daan muna natin itong mga ito. Alam mo, mga suki na natin to ha. Si Glenda Benitez. Si Boy Mauricio, si James Harvest, si Gilbert Mauricio, si Myla Abuel Meneses, si Jesse Bambico, si MVH Ter, si Myla Abuel Meneses, si Naisilin Bambico, si Dolor Cruz, si Maricel Austria, si Mauricio Justin, si Sean Sulugan, si Benju Uson, sino pa? Sige, magandang gabi po, ha? Tuloy-tuloy na, Attorney Batas.
Tuloy-tuloy na, DJ Philip.
Okay, ito, katanungan,
problema mo.
Attorney Batas, magandang gabi po.
Opo.
Can I file a case against sa husband ko?
Uy.
Nagdadrug. What evidence do I need para makapagsampa ng kaso? May isa po kaming anak. Oh, salamat po. Nagda-drugs daw, Attorney Batas eh.
Yung asawa.
niya. Oo.
So, anong pwedeng ikaso?
Oo. Pwede ba niyang kasuhan? Ano ba pwede niyang ikaso? Ano ang kailangan niyang pruweba para niya makasuhan yung asawa niya na drugista?
Oh,
Bakit kaso talaga? I mean, asawa niya
Ayan.
bakit kaso talaga?
Siguro, Miss LV,
Wala na ba siyang love doon?
baka violente na
Kasi,
pagka siguro nakaka-droga, Miss LV,
Aha.
nagiging
kasi dapat,
violente.
dapat tulungan niya na mabago. Hindi yung
Aha.
kasuhan kasi I think mas lalala yan doon sa sa kulungan.
Mhm.
Hindi, Attorney, Miss LV, kasi pag nasa kulungan yan, matitigil yan sa kanyang bisyo. Wala siyang kukuhanan eh.
Wala ba? Sa mga kulungan natin, wala ba?
Oo.
Mukhang alam, may alam kang hindi ko alam ah.
Meron.
Tanungin mo
Madami.
yung dating kalihim. Tanungin mo yung dating kalihim. O, di ba? Anyway, very valid yung point ni Miss LV. Bakit naman kaso talaga? Hindi na lang hanapan ng kaparaanan kung paano gagaling. Pero Miss LV, yung mga karanasan ng mga taong nagpunta rito sa atin, sa Kakampi mo ang Batas, mga tatay, nanay, mga asawa, mga anak ng mga nalulong sa droga, there is really no hope other than reporting these abusers or users to the authorities so they can be taken in for at least for rehabilitation. Yun ang importante dyan. Kung ang iniisip nito ay demanda, well, tama si DJ Philip, kung binubugbog na at hindi na niya matiis yung pambubugbog sa kanya, lalo na kung babae, kung lalaki yan, may problema tayo ha. Pero kung ang binubugbog ay babae at ang binubugbog lalaki, kay kasal man siya o hindi, talagang ang unang kaso marahil dyan Republic Act 9262, abuse of women. Pero sasabihin ng lalaki, pasensya na kayo, may depensa ako, nabubuang ako pagka ako nakakatama ng droga, patay siya. Pagka gano'n ang depensa niya, inamin niya. So, I think the best alternative here is to seek assistance from government for his rehabilitation. And I think ang in charge dito, I think is Department of Social Welfare and Development and Department of Health. Pero right now, hindi natin nakikita yung magandang kahihinatnan pagka inilapit mo yung kamag-anak mo para magkaroon ng rehabilitation sa droga. Kaya lang nagkaroon ng mga rehabilitation centers, Miss LV, DJ Philip, mga kababayan sa kasalukuyan sa Pilipinas, kasi doon sa tokhang campaign ng Pangulo. Marami natakot, baka mapatay sila sa labas. So pumasok sila lahat sa loob. Oh, di ba? Doon sa loob na sila maligaya.
Attorney, ang tanong ko lang, you were saying na hihingi ng tulong sa gobyerno for para ma-rehabilitate. Nare-rehabilitate ba agad yun? Hindi ba sila kakasuhan for mere using and whatever? Kasi dalawang bagay yun using and peddling ba? Pushing, selling. Oo, so may kaso pareho yun, di ba, attorney?
Yes, tama ka. Tama ka. But, you know, rehabilitation is only applicable kung yung tao nasa isip, puso, kaluluwa at spirito ang pagpaparehabilitate. Otherwise, dadalhin mo siya ron, uuhawin mo lang siya ulit para paglabas niya, mas matindi na naman yung pagnanais niya na makakuha, walang nangyari. Kaya nga, dapat ang mga rehabilitation centers, DJ Philip, Ms. LV, dapat, maliban sa scientific approach, detoxifying, ang kailangan mo dyan, merong spiritual approach. Habang detoxify, inaalis mo yung lason ng droga sa katawan, pinapasukan mo naman ng spiritualidad upang magkaroon siya ng kalakasan, hindi mula sa kanya, kundi kalakasan ng gagaling sa makapangyarihan sa lahat, ang Panginoong Diyos. Dapat gano'n yun. But unfortunately, in this government and many other governments, hindi nila tinitignan yung spiritual redemption, yung spiritual angle ng mga problema ng mga ganitong abusers and even criminals. I am sorry. So, normally, pagka ni-report yan, mamamatay yung pamilya, DJ Philip, Miss LV. Bakit? Baka lumaban pa in the course na kukunin siya, lumaban siya, talagang hindi na siya sasantuin dahil may ulat na drug abuser siya. Yan.
Natawa
So,
naman
mahirap
ako.
yung problema na timbangin nyo. Yan, DJ Philip.
Natawa ako doon.
Bakit?
Yan.
Natawa ako doon sa baka lumaban pa eh.
Lumaban pa eh. Talagang wala ka naman magagawa. Minsan nga, kahit hindi lumalaban lumaban daw.
Yun nga
Worst
eh.
case scenario.
Alright, okay. Next problem, please.
Teka muna, sabi ni Vanji Junella hi Philip, kilala mo pa ba ako? Teka muna, Vanji, sandali alalahanin ko. Evangeline Graganza Taduan. Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo. Tayo ni Batas, Miss Elvie.
Ha?
Tuloy-tuloy tayo.
Alright, meron lang paalala si Pastor Akri. Ito totoo, instead of court case, pwede po bang rehabilitation muna? Seek help from proper government authorities. The person needs both physical and spiritual rehab, transformation. Family support is crucial. That's what I was saying. Pero normally, pagka inirehab mo yan at hindi willing yung abuser o yung drug user, nagre-resulta sa kamatayan niya. Yeah, lalaban yan at pag lumaban, or kahit hindi lumaban, kung may atraso talaga yan, naku po, sasabihin na nilang lumaban yan. Yun ang ending ng story. Yeah. All right, Dida Philip, next.
Okay. Sige. Alas 7. Ano ba ito? Saan ba tayo? 7:53 na. Attorney Batas, Miss Elvie. At ito, sabi niya rito. Magandang araw po, Attorney Batas.
Yes.
Maaari po bang magpakasal ang separado kahit di pa ayos ang annulment? Kasal po sa pare. Pwede po ba kahit sa West pakasal?
Kahit si Miss LV DJ Philip sasagot niya kayo.
Hindi, natawa ako sa tanong eh.
Pero saan siya
Masyado po kayo
nanggaling?
nagkamadali pakasal
Ano yung tanong mo, Miss LV?
Ano nangyari?
Ang sinasabi ko, you can answer that kind of a question even if you're not a lawyer, right? Pwede bang magpakasal ang separated lamang pero kasal sa una at kasal nga lang sa pari? I mean, anyone will know the answer. Basta nagtagal ka ng konti sa Pilipinas, syempre. Ano sagot mo ron, Miss LV? Pwede ba?
Sus, ginoo ko. Kung ingana, kung ganun lang kadali at ganun kasayon na pwede dahil kang magpakasal, bisag wa pa ka nakabuhi sa imong gigikan ng kasal, na arang daghanang nagpakasal.
Tagalog, please.
Bitaw,
Please.
seriously, parang
Okay.
saan niya napulot yung ganong idea? I mean, yeah, he's asking, but hindi ko ma-imagine na may taong gano'n na magtatanong pa. Kasi even if hindi ka nga, let's say for example, hindi ka, tawag nito, kasi may ibang kasal na sa simbahan lang, merong iba na sa sa judge, huwes ba? Yun yung sinabi niya. Tapos, di ba, attorney, both kasal, pareho namang may legalidad yan. Sa batas ba? Tama? Basta what I'm trying to say here is, hindi ka pwedeng magpakasal. Hello?
Yeah. Sige. Sige. Sabay tayo. Hello?
Hello?
Next question.
Ipag walang bisa muna ang kasal.
Right.
Ayun.
That's a good point. Hindi na po pwede. Pagka pinagpilitan nyo yan, naku po, yari po kayo dyan. Mabibigam niya po kayo kahit sa huwes lang magpakasal o kahit sa pastor lang magpakasal. Wala pong magkakasal sa inyo dahil pag nalamang may kasal na kayo dati, illegal marriage na, kasama yung nagkakasal sa inyo. Naloko na. Ayan. DJ Philip.
O pwede bang sabihin nung nagkasal, kunyari isang West, na, teka muna, hindi ko alam nakasal pa pala yan eh. What are the requirements?
Good
O
point.
ano ang hahanapin ng isang mag-officiate ng kasal para mapatunayan niya na itong dalawang ito can legally contract marriage.
Right now, DJ Philip, depende sa mga sitwasyon. Unahin natin yung 18 years old up to 20 years old. Kailangan mong magpakita ng parental consent. Okay? Para ikasal ka. ng isang pari, ng isang judge, ng isang mayor, ng isang pastor, ng isang imam, or any other religious leader. Pagka siya 21 years to 23, 25, kailangan niya ng parental advice. Hahanapin pa rin yan. Pagka siya 26 and above, no more, nothing is required except, ewan ko ngayon, marami na humihingi, yung Certificate of No Marriage, yung Senomar na tinatawag, DJ Philip, Miss LV. But that is not the applicable rule yet. Meron lang mga magagaling na pastor, mga magagaling na pari na hinahanap na rin yun. At mga local civil registrar, bago nila i-rehistro, hinihinga na nila Certificate of No Marriage yung tao. Kung tiga saan siya, halimbawa tiga Bulacan, halimbawa
Senomar.
DJ Philip.
Yes, Senomar.
Senomar. Dapat nga ma-institutionalize na yan, but it's not a requirement yet. But many are already enforcing that, and it is good para walang problema dyan. Okay? Alright?
Correct. Tama.
Sige. DJ Philip,
Okay.
Miss LV.
Alas 57 na, tayo ni Batas.
Alright, Miss LV, let's focus you now for your word of wisdom for
Yes.
tonight.
Okay. Sabi ni Gandhi, kilala naman natin siyang lahat, ano? You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Every day, we see the violence around us. While there is very little that we can do, the Indian political leader says it best. Start with the man in the mirror. Be the change you want to see within others. While you can't influence the world, you can be a better human and become the testament of the change.
Thank you very much. That actually is the theme of the Rotary year 2011-2012. The Rotary year for Changemaker Presidents.
Oh, sa inyo yun, attorney.
Changemaker Governor Ernie Choa.
Yes.
Changemaker President Lisa Vicencio Elorde. Ngiti naman yan. O yan, ganyan. Changemaker President Eric Cantinato and Changemaker President Melanio Mauricio Jr. Be the change.
Yes.
And you know why it's called Be the Change? Because the Rotary International President, Rotary year 2011-2012, is a Bombay guy named Kalyan Banerjee. How can you forget the name of
That's
your
why.
Right. He was an Indian businessman who rose from the ranks. He became Rotary International president all over the world. And so the theme he adopted naturally came from the most famous
Mahatma
Indian man, Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change. Be the change. Even as we reach within to embrace humanity. Diba? Yun ang sinasabi. Maraming salamat,
Yes,
Ms. Elvira.
very nice.
Maraming salamat, Ray Cabaraban sa Bukidnon Radio Power FM, 94.3, Don Carlos City, Bukidnon. Diyan po sa Power News FM, dito po sa 90.3, Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. Maraming salamat, Pastor Felix Samuras, Pastor Ching Samuras ng 95.5 BFM sa Rangkagan, Bukidnon. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Joy Lintuan and Ginoong Mark John Lintuan ng Sunrise News FM 90.3 Sumilo, Bukidnon, and DXVL 106.1 San Fernando, Bukidnon. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Stanley Yu, para sa cable channels, sa Coron Cable Channels, sa Coron, Palawan, and Busuanga Islands. Maraming salamat sa Calamyanes Islands Cable Channels para sa Calamyanes Islands, sa group of islands in Northern Palawan. Salamat Facebook, salamat YouTube, salamat Pastora Kay Sobel, salamat Miss Elvira Gan, at salamat po sa mga nagko-komentaryo, sa mga nagpo-post ng kanilang reactions dito sa ating topic sa Tinig ng Taong Bayan. Maraming salamat sa mga nagpadala ng problemang legal. Salamat, Bida Philip Mauricio. Salamat sa Diyos sa pangalan niyang Isus.
Amen. Maraming salamat, Attorney Batas Mauricio and Miss Elvira Gan. Ito na po, ang ating mensaheng pang-inspirasyon sa gabi ito, nagaling po sa Ephesians 5:1. Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are His dear children. Yamang kayo mga anak na minamahal ng Diyos, tularan ninyo siya. Yan po ang ating mensaheng pang-inspirasyon sa gabi ito. At lumipas na naman ng isang oras at isang linggong pagliliwanag at pagtatalakay ng mga batas at sa mga naging kaganapan po sa buong maghapon na magiging paksa ng mga usapan kinaumagahan na tayo pansamantalang mamaalam. At kung papaintulutan ng pong may kapal, magbabalik ang Kakampi Mong Batas para sa pagpapatuloy ng serbisyong legal. Sa lahat po ng nakinig at nanood sa Bukidnon Radio Power FM, sa Radyo Damang sa Carmen Cotabato, sa JFM sa Dangkagan Bukidnon, sa DXM JFM Sunrise News sa Sumilo Bukidnon, sa YouTube at ganoon din po sa Facebook Live. Maraming salamat, magandang gabi po. Sa ngalan ni Attorney Batas Mauricio, ni Judge Angelina Domingo Mauricio, ni Attorney Lenny Mauricio, ni Attorney Irene Phoenix, ni Attorney Marisa Mauricio Panotes, at ni Attorney Maria Luisa Dominic Domingo Mauricio, na nagpapaalala po sa inyo. Ang COVID-19 ay nandyan pa rin, kaya't maging maingat tayo at para tayo humingi ng awa, pagpapala at kaligtasan sa lahat ng anumang sakuna, lalo na sa COVID-19 mula sa ating Panginoong Heso Kristo. Muli, ito po ang kakampi mo, ang Batas.
Maraming salamat, DJ Philip Mauricio. Maraming salamat, Ms. Elvira Gan. Salamat sa Diyos sa pangalan ng Jesus. At syempre, ito po ang kakampi mo ang batas.
Problemang legal, karapatan sa batas. Dito na, sa kakampi mo ang batas. Araw-araw, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon, oras at araw sa Pilipinas.
Craving for the perfect strawberry cake? Try Perfect Endings. Please call the winsome couple, General Chody Viduya and Chef J. Viduya, for orders and deliveries. 0917-275-5678. Wondering where to find fresh tuna sashimi? Mumsila. Please call Miss Mauricia Franco, 0917-550-5929, or visit her Facebook wall for other products. And frozen foods available. Please call Miss Angeli Mauricio at 0917-550-5927 or send your orders through her Facebook account.
Katarungan para sa mga mahihirap, kaalaman para sa mga kabataan, kaunlaran, ating pagtulungan, kasama mo ang batas, kababayan ko. Kakampi mo ang batas, Pilipinas ko. Nandito na ang batas. Kakampi mo ang batas. Nandito na ang batas. Huwag kang matatakot, kakampi mo ang batas. Layunin maglingkod lagi sa bayang Pilipinas. Katarungan para sa mga mahihirap,